Good evening and welcome to the Immersive Experience, a podcast looking at. No, welcome to the Immersive Experience, a podcast about you, for you, from you. I'm your guide, Desi Lou, and tonight we talk about the backdoor effect. Before I allow these wonderful people to give you their Instagrams, I want to explain to you all what the backdoor effect means. I don't know how self explanatory it is, but got a definition for you. The backdoor effect refers to a situation where individuals unintentionally sabotage themselves or settle for less than they deserve due to insecurities or a sense of obligation. It's like creating a loophole within the agreements we make with ourselves, allowing us to stay in situations that don't align with our true potential or fulfill our desires. So, this effect occurs when we face uncertainty or fear of the unknown, causing us to settle for less than what we truly desire. We may feel trapped in situations that don't yeah, you know what? I don't know what I wrote. No.
Align.
But they don't go with our standards. They don't go with the things that we know that we want for ourselves. So, and that's what we're talking about today. So you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves like you do. Hey, and give yourselves the AKA because I want to see how creative y'all are. But yeah, go ahead.
I guess I'll go first then.
Okay,
J
y'all be
Rail.
what?
Um, I've been knowing Dad for a little while now. I'm been on this podcast for a little minute as well. I fuck with it. Excuse my language. I'm all mental. That's what it is for me. Even though my man mental name is mental, but to me everything is mental. It starts there and ends there. That's what it is for me.
Miss Nunu.
What's
Hello
your
there,
AKA?
I
Big Dooski. No, I'm over here. Got my camera on mute while I'm cooking. Um, yeah,
Talking about
uh,
some big newski. I feel it. I feel it.
yes. Come on. Shh. Yeah. I've been a guest on the podcast. Quite a few episodes. Y'all already know I'm the owner of Queen's Closet Plus Boutique, QC Studios event space, and I am here to get to it. Am I supposed to something?
To it.
Mental,
Mm.
aka Build and Destroy. Uh, get my book
Amen.
Overstanding Darkness anywhere. Just Google it. It'll pop up. It's all about us having nine ether, being the only race of people with hair that grows to the sun. All of the hair lays down, refers to fur, but that's a whole nother topic. Check me out on Facebook.
Mm. Okay. Absolutely.
And I'm China. You can find me on Instagram at China. I'm a veteran. I'm also the owner of Me and My Five Designs, as well as I'm starting a new project that I'm working on that's going to be called Belay Sensuals. That's I'm going to be opening up my own wine company, so be on the lookout for that. But you can find me on
That's what's up.
Instagram as well as what you see how you spell China. AKA poison, that
China.
is my poetry as well.
Absolutely. AKA chocolate coating, AKA the plug. Nah. AKA Desi Lou the Don. You feel me? Like I go by many things, but nah, for real. Alright, so I want to hop into these things. I do want to get into this. How y'all feel about self sabotage? Like, y'all find yourselves doing that a lot? Y'all ever caught yourselves doing it? Is it something y'all ain't really ever noticed?
Yeah,
um
I feel like
yes.
you can tell.
You caught yourself doing it. It's something you didn't notice. Yes to everything.
I think I self sabotage almost every day. Yep. Yes, I do. I think that I self sabotage every single day
Explain. I'm intrigued. I'm interested.
because, like,
How you do
I
that?
don't know what's wrong with me. I'm working on myself, but by me working for myself, I come up with a lot. I have to come up with a lot of ideas on a daily. Like, as you know, these days, advertisement go beyond billboards and, of course, telephone books and stuff like that. You have to create content. If you want people to know who you are these days, this day and age, it's content. And I come up and I have literally a note full of ideas for content. I even have classes because I'm the only venue in Chicago that actually offers financing for my venue. And I have people that reach out to me all over the country, literally from all over the country, asking me like, "Hey, can you show me? Can you teach me?" And I have this whole lesson plan put together on how to show you how to effectively add it to your website and make a lot of money off of it. And I'm just too, I don't know what to actually put it out. I'm talking about I got like a whole lesson plan, slides, all of that. And everybody I have talked to about this, like, what's wrong with you? Like, this is useful knowledge. This can make people a lot of money. And it's like, I don't know what it is.
What is your spirit telling you? Obviously, your spirit is telling you to have patience.
No, my spirit is telling me, like, oh, ain't nobody gonna fuck with that. Like, don't waste your time putting that out there.
No, that's not your spirit.
Some telling me that.
Right. You got so let me chime in real quick. So we got a lower part of ourselves, which is the animal us that goes by what feels good, looks good, tastes good, sounds good, smells good. Then we have a higher aspect, a God part of us, a part that doesn't need anything material. When we fail ourselves, we always go to the lower or the easy. What is it? The lowest common denominator. That means the easiest thing we can do, and we know we can get it. Sometimes we know, should we be doing it? That's when we fail ourselves. When we know we're doing something. For instance, y'all ladies, you know you don't have no interest in this guy, but you gonna let him take you out to a fancy restaurant so you can get a nice dinner and something to go home with. Now, to fall into that is be like, hey, he just take me out, whatever, whatever, but you know that you're not gonna mess with him. And this is for a guy too. It can go either way. When we fail ourselves, we go into that inner desire and we know better that nah, I can't be doing that. To me, that's what I think when you say about failing yourself or going to that lower portion. It's that lower part of you that you don't like.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know, like, I know for a fact I got a lot of dope ideas that could be useful to people, but I don't know. It's just, I guess from like past experiences where my expectations were so high, like, oh, I'm gonna do great, this is gonna do well, and it doesn't. I think I'm a person that truly I get discouraged really really easy, and you wouldn't even be able to tell from talking to me. But like when I open up and like be honest with you all on this podcast and myself right now, I get discouraged probably a little too easy, way easier than I probably should be. It don't take much for me to get discouraged. And again, that's something else I need to work on myself. But I know that plays a major part in why, a lot of ideas I won't put out there because I'm just so afraid of, I put all my energy, all my time, all my thought, stayed up at night, lost sleep over this, and it failed. So I guess you could say I'm just like afraid of
But
that failure.
what makes it a failure?
Well, it's not a failure if I haven't put it out there. I
The
don't know
only
that.
way you'll
No.
succeed is
Huh?
Even if others don't like it, what makes it a failure?
Because it didn't do what I expected for it to do.
right.
And what was your expectation of it? To do what?
Like for example, like the idea of basically the class of showing people how to add finance into their event-based businesses.
Uh-huh.
Failure to me is putting it out there and nobody actually like purchasing the ebook or no one taking the interest. So even though I got again, hundreds of people in my DMs like, hey, can you teach me this? Would you mind giving me a one-on-one? I don't know. People are funny acting. They will say all this. Oh, I'm
Well,
gonna.
hold on. You got to redefine
And then when it comes
what
down to it, they
failure
don't do nothing.
is. That's not failure, my love. That's all I'm trying to get you to understand. That is
Okay,
not failure.
I hold on one moment. I understand. I want to read Aisha's comment really quick.
Oh, Jesus, a
So
lot
she
of
says
comments. I didn't see all that.
self-sabotage comes. Self-sabotage comes up for me when I lack on protecting my energy and slacking on my daily tasks. Sometimes we forget to slow down and be in the moment.
Exactly.
And I absolutely agree with Aisha. And I hear what you're saying too, Narissa, because sometimes it's like you told me that one time. Like it's hard to see where you're trying to get to, but you gotta learn how to trust in your abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing inside of you that's not, so you're doubting yourself. So you let your insecurities
Insecurities.
sabotage you.
Bless you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
Cedric said that in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely think I
If
let
you
my
don't
insecurities play
fail,
a part in why
if you
I'm
don't
going
try
so fast.
and you fail,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, like you said, fear of failure
Yeah.
is failure
And that's the
because
thing.
all of us fail before we
yeah.
Yeah.
win. All of us in everything. You don't. No one comes out being a
You
winner at
got
everything. That's how you learn.
Right.
exactly. You
But
have
I
to
don't think
fail
the
and
situation
just to
which
learn. Exactly.
But I don't think the situation she's thinking is an actual failure. If she has people that want to teach her this and she's putting it on a CD or something she wants people to buy, all she has to do is redirect that somewhere where she can meet it in the middle where she can get paid for what she's doing. I don't see it as a failure at all. I just see that was her first attempt. You know what I'm saying?
And that's my problem. Like I said, I get
Right.
Right.
discouraged.
That's how you see it.
All it takes is
You
one
gotta
attempt, and
walk
I'm like,
into
oh
that
God,
mindset.
let's do this
Oh,
again.
okay. Tempo.
Yeah, that's what the problem is.
But you
Jay, you
got to
had
keep
something?
going and pushing
Yeah,
yourself. One
yeah. I got you in a minute.
attempt don't create don't
Huh?
Yeah, I definitely agree with a lot. I feel like self sabotage. A lot of people mainly break down self sabotage in relationships. A lot of people really kind of generalize it for just relationships. In reality, it's almost everything in life. Like you said, mental. It's a fear. A lot of people have such a fear on everything. They're not willing to try this or try that, try this or try that. But the thing is with me, what I tell people all the time is you had to try something to get somewhere. So what are you afraid of trying something else? What are you worried about trying the next thing? Just like myself, I've tried football. I like football. What am I? Why do I be afraid to try the next sport? Why do I be afraid to ask a woman out? Why do I be afraid to try this in school, try that in life? No. Even what you were stating, I feel like you when it comes to failure, I'm a strong believer in you only fail if you quit because
Facts.
you're gonna have slip ups. That's just life in general.
Exactly.
That's just life teaching you life. It's teaching you more. The more you slip ups you have in life, it's teaching you about yourself. But if you're gonna quit, that's when you fail. You're not gonna be good at everything you try immediately. I know a lot of people who are not good at
Exactly.
football, physically wise. I have a physical, natural talent for football. I know people who have a mental for football, and they're great coaches. They weren't great players, and they kept trying, kept trying, kept trying, kept trying. They never became great players, but they became great coaches. You may not be good at one idea that you put out, but branch off that one idea onto the next. You can learn from every idea that you put out there, but just try them. If you never try it, you never know where you're gonna get. Honestly speaking, so I feel like self-sabotage starts when you quit because you get in your own head and you tell yourself, "Oh, this didn't work, so now I'm upset," or "This didn't work, so now I quit," or "This didn't work, so man, that's it is what it is." Like, don't think about it like, "Oh, this didn't work. It was a bad idea." No, it may not work now, but it can work later on. sometimes just change a couple things up.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Like on top of me being discouraged easily, I think another like personality trait that I have is I don't have no patience. So if I throw something out there, it don't work. It's like, all right,
Yeah, I'm
I
with
could
you
go
on
back
that
to the
one.
drawing board, but I'm gonna do something else because this didn't work, and I don't have the patience to try to run this back again and perfect it. So I know that's another issue that I need to work on, like as far as my patience level, and again, just easily getting discouraged.
Lack of patience is a spiritual killer.
But you can't say now. I'm gonna say this because I have very very bad patience. You can't say you have bad patience when you will go into one relationship, on to the next, on to one friendship, on to the next, to the next. You will lose friends and gain friends. You will lose people and gain people. You will lose relationships and gain other relationships. So how can you say you don't have patience? Because you're okay with starting over with somebody else and learning from what you failed. I'm sorry, learning from what you lost in the
Is
past,
that
or
patience or is that fear of being alone?
no. It's not fear of being alone. As I say, patience is because she said that when she messes up on something, she throw it away, and then after that, she go on to the next one because she don't feel like having to fix or go back and change what she messed up on, right? So she'll go on to the next idea. But it's the same thing with a relationship. If one relationship don't work, ain't you gonna learn from it instead of just throwing it away? That takes a part of patience
Mhm.
to learn from
A lot
that
of
last
people don't
relationship.
learn from it. If they going from if my thing is if you're going from one relationship to the other relationship to the other relationship, are you really learning?
Oh no, I'm not
That's
saying
not learning.
I'm not saying everybody learn from
That's
them. What I'm
just
saying is you you can learn from them if you choose to. You can. I mean, it's up
But
to you what you take from it.
that's the whole
I'm not saying that people do.
demonstration of lack of patience. She's not even patient with her men because she's moving from one man to the next man to the that's just showing the whole lack of patience. Lack of patience is a spiritual killer because the spirit works on its own time. So we got to get with
So
that time
Jarrell,
scale if there is such a thing
so
as
Jarrell,
time.
so Jarrell, let me ask you, what underlying beliefs or fears might be driving your self-sabotaging behaviors?
hmm.
Whew, whole lot of anger. Um, whole look. Like I said, like I told y'all before, I'm working on a lot of myself, but I'm the kind of person that nobody will know it. You will only know what I want you to know. So with that being said, nobody knows I'm full of hate and I'm full of anger because I'm always goofy. I'm always joking. I'm always laughing. I'm always about sports. I'm always about my kids. Nobody knows that the other side of me is really my reality. So for me, I'm tested every day when it comes to that, like a lot, because I tell myself I'm gonna be cool. I'll be good. And then something comes up and it's like, all right, I don't know how long it's gonna last. So for me, it comes up every day, like big time. I have to really talk to myself a lot because I'll be ready to give up and say, forget it. Yeah, I'm going back to the old me. I'm just gonna deal with my anger and my frustration, how I've been dealing with it, holding it in, get mad, move on to the next. Every day, it's a problem. It's not really a problem. Every day is just a challenge. I'll put it like that.
Why you think it's so much of a challenge? Like,
Oh, I honestly, because I allow it to be. Like no other reason other than that. I allow it. I allow myself to get mad. I allow myself to get upset. Like I'm literally all mental. For me, it's just what I allow in my life. If I allow myself to get upset, then I'm gonna get upset. It's no in between, no top bottom, no middle end. It's just one thing. If I allow it, it's gonna happen. If I don't, then it won't. It's just that simple, honestly.
So what's
And
the determination of what you allow and what you don't allow?
I want better. I want a whole lot better.
mm,
I haven't given myself better. I put it like that. I actually want better. I've never really actually
Right.
put that foot forward to give myself actual better. I've just been settling. I'm self sabotaging every
Well,
chance I had. Self
hold on,
sabotage.
because you're contradicting yourself. You're saying you all mental, right?
Yeah.
So if you all mental, then everything else follows the mental.
No, what I'm
Correct?
saying is, no, no. What I'm saying is, I wasn't allowing myself to really stick with that. I'm all mental, but when it comes to, I know for a fact, even if something go wrong, I still got to get myself up and move on the next minute. But I'm still gonna get mad, and that was my problem. I would always get mad. I would get really mad. I would get really angry. I'm trying to get myself out of that completely and just think like, if something happened, cool. It is what it is. We gonna keep a positive note on it and keep moving to the
But
next.
emotion isn't a part of the mental.
You said what?
Emotions aren't part of the mental.
To me, my emotions start with my mental. I'm not. I'm
Emotions
not a really.
is a part to me.
I'm. I'm not. I'm not a big emotional person when it comes to a lot of things. It starts mental. Like I said, if I allow myself to get mad about something, that's me allowing my emotions to come out.
Your mental would go to your consciousness and your choices. Your emotions influence those consciousness and that how you're going to be kind and how you're going to feel. But it's not the conscious choice itself.
But see, I'm the opposite. My emotions are my last thing. They don't influence my life. My mental influences my life.
But what you just said was just opposite of what you just saying now. You just said that you allow yourself to get upset when you get upset, right?
Yes, I allow myself to based on
But
my
if
head.
you're mental, this is what I'm saying. If you're mental, you know that the emotions really don't matter. You're in control of them. They're beneath you.
Yes,
If
100%.
you're mental, now I'm just saying if you're mental.
No.
So everything when it comes under the mental must be under control. That means your emotions must be under control. Your actions must be under control because you know everything is mental, meaning it's a projection of the inner you on the outer life, what people see. No matter what you see on this outer life, it should never interrupt your mental because you know it's an illusion.
I'm
If
100%
you're
there with you.
mental.
I'm 100% there with you.
Okay, tenfold. Maybe I'm confused.
No. You good. My problem was I kept allowing my mental to just go away.
How?
You said how?
Yeah,
Because I wanted something I didn't have.
tenfold. And then you realize when you let your mental go away, you become emotional.
100%.
Oh, tenfold. I got you.
Not all the
All I was
time.
saying.
I'm emotional. I can pop off before I sit here and think about it. I've done that. My
Oh, you
emotions
gonna think
sometimes
it before
affect my
you do it.
mental. It's not
You're gonna
always.
think a thing before you do a thing. Trust me. There's nothing you're gonna do in action wise that you haven't already thought of first. Nothing. Because it all starts in the mind. That's why me and Jay are having everything is mental. Everything starts here. Then it manifests itself.
You thought about it.
So somebody come up and
Cedric said that's not 100% accurate.
It's not.
So Cedric, please explain to us why
agree
that's
with
not
Cedric.
100% accurate in your opinion.
Give me an example.
I'm curious.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm with mental because there is no such thing as you don't think about it first.
Reflection
No such thing.
So if somebody come and spit in your face,
Yep.
you're gonna just sit there
Say
and think
again.
about I'm gonna hit this
Martin
person.
Luther King
You know, no. Let me answer. Let me answer. I was gonna answer it, Jay. Jay, let me answer. Yes, I'm gonna think about it for a fraction of a second, or I'm not gonna be hurt by it at all. But if I think about it for a fraction of a second, I'm gonna think and be like, this person just disrespected me and spit in my face. Even if I act quickly, I still can't act faster than I can think it.
That's true. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I see where you're going with this.
So you gonna think it first because the thought is instantaneous.
Yeah, because New York. You remember New York? Flavor Flav?
Oh my God.
Pumpkin
I
spit in New
knew you were
York
gonna bring it
face.
up. I knew
And
you were
New
gonna bring
York
that up.
didn't do not a motherfucking thing.
She was trying to.
Well,
She wasn't. She was not. The security guards was like, yeah, you got this. And she did not move. She was like, get her. I promise.
I thought she was.
I'm not quite sure that applies to what we're talking about, but okay.
Aisha said,
but it's
Aisha
just
said,
more.
Because she
Listen,
said it's a reflex.
It's not. It's a.
You
It's
said
not a. It's a
if it's a reflex,
conditioned.
and I'm saying,
It's a condition. It's programming. You program yourself.
but
All of
that's
us have
what
been
I'm
programmed,
saying. We saying the
but
same
you can
thing.
overcome that. You can overcome that.
We saying the same thing. We're we're saying the same thing. That's why I said the example. I was showing her that everybody don't got the same reflex. We there. We together. I get you mental. I was helping. I was giving her an example. Did you
Tenfold.
understand the example?
Next, what's the next question?
Please don't go over that again.
I'm making sure.
I
Okay.
promise ain't no alcohol.
So the next question is, so this one I'll do for you mental when you were going through anything that you ever went through in life. Have you ever noticed any reoccurring patterns or themes in the situations where you tend to self-sabotage? Have you ever noticed yourself sabotaging yourself? Let me ask you that first.
I wouldn't say self-sabotage. I'm more of a I do things, I meditate or I don't meditate. Certain things I do like rituals. And so every morning I'll meditate, go through my restraint breathing. I mean, I go into a meditation sitting in my bed, cold, wake up. I mean, when I'm done, I'm in a full sweat. So I know techniques to do things. When I don't do them, I would say I'm self-sabotaging myself because I know what I'm doing and what it's doing for me. And not to do it is just lazy.
So you like Jay. So because Jay feel the same way. If I don't do it, I'm just not doing it. And I know what I'm doing. I'm accepting the consequence before I even step into the arena of not doing it. I know what's gonna happen if I don't do this. That's kind of like if I don't go to work. I know I gotta pay this bill in 3 weeks, but I know if I don't go to work, my check gonna be $367 short. And
But it's
I was
why
gonna
you
use
didn't
that
go to work. Did you
because
didn't
I
go
ain't
to
want
work? Oh, no.
Remember, it's a mental thing.
it's a mental
It's a
thing.
mental thing.
It don't matter
You
why
right.
I didn't want to.
You don't want
You
that
right.
I just didn't want
I
to
ain't go to
because
work.
so yeah. So that's why I say I agree with y'all. Like when you sabotaging yourself, then you really you understand that. That's why you got to be aware of yourself. But okay, so
Even when you
mental.
hang around the person you know that ain't good for you is self-sabotage.
What's the pattern that you notice when you're about to sabotage yourself?
Oof.
It's all in the mind. Before I even start self-sabotaging, the thought comes, hey, don't meditate. It's too difficult. Takes too much.
Right.
You know it's
So
good
you
for you, but still,
negative
just don't
self-talk.
do it. You get that
The negative
self-talk from
self-talk.
the part of you that doesn't want to do the work that's involved to get the
Yeah.
blessing. And that can be applied to almost anything. There's a part of you that doesn't want you to do the work, so you can't get your blessing.
I agree with that 100% because I'm even
Right.
thinking back. Like I've been getting a lot of people asking me, when am I gonna do another like pop up shop? So y'all, well, Desiree, I used to host cannabis events, where all of the vendors
Mm.
basically had cannabis products. Like you literally, it's probably not right. You could have literally walked in there and bought a pound if you wanted to. They had edible treats. They
Right.
had like anything that was centered around marijuana, THC, holistics, anything of that nature. You could have bought in this pop up shop. The last pop up shop that I had about 30 vendors there, and the turnout was shitty. Little to no traffic, and that discouraged me. That was 2 years ago. I have not had a pop up shop since because I am afraid that I'm gonna have the exact same result as I did before. Even though, again, currently I have a lot of people like, oh God, could you please throw another one? I'll help you promote, and I know these people have a crowd that I know would, bring out a nice crowd and have a nice turnout. But in the back of my mind, I keep picturing how empty my last pop-up shop was. So no, I'm not willing to put in the work and try again because I
Uh-oh.
don't want this, I don't want the same results.
But you got to fight through that.
That's where the
It's
failure
hard,
comes
man.
in.
It's the reason you don't do it, the reason most of us, it doesn't happen for us, all of us, the first time, the second time, the third time, is because sometimes it requires that persistence, that spiritual essence in us that says, you know something, this is what I want you to do, Nunu. We failed, but we failed. I don't care. Do it again. We
Mm-mm.
failed. Nope. Do it again. Boom. We're
Literally,
a
that's
millionaire.
that's
You know
me
what
with
I'm
feel like
saying? But you don't never know. That's how the spirit works. It
yeah.
tests us. That's why it says test the spirit by the spirit. But most people don't want to do that because the spirit
Mm-hmm.
won't keep it real with you if you keep it real with yourself. But if you can do it, the blessings of the
Yep.
spirit will come
Yep.
after
Yep. Yep. Yep.
every single time. And that
Yeah.
goes for anyone. The problem is it's telling us to do things we don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's telling you, hey, don't do this. Go over here and be quiet and meditate. Hey, don't eat this. Go over here and get this water and just drink water. Hey, fast for a few days. It's going to tell you everything you need to do but to get right. But we're not going to do it because we're so accustomed to what's going on out here in this world. We're so hooked on what looks good, feels good, tastes good, smells good, sounds good. I can't say it enough. And until we fix that in us, not in anyone else, in us, then we'll never be the best version of ourselves. We'll always have them voices of doubt. Don't do this. Don't work hard. Now, don't
Yep.
get it twisted. They're always going to be there as long as we're in the physical because your body is lazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's lazy, lazy, lazy. It's what don't want to get up in the morning. You want to get up, but your body don't. Some of us don't mind going to work, but the body don't want to go to work. The body want to sit around and eat and stuff itself and watch TV and have sex and do drugs and buy things and that's it.
Play the game.
Play the place. Exactly. Yup.
Right.
Play football. If you're an athlete, play your sport. Feel in the zone. Body only wants to do what it is. So that's what we fight against, that inner self that doesn't help us, doesn't want us to get our spiritual blessings. But it has nothing to do with the devil. Nothing. Or evil or someone possessed. No, that's you dealing with you. But go ahead.
Okay. I understand. No, I agree with you. You was preaching. No, see,
My bad. I might have
hey
went on
Chelsea.
for a minute.
Hey Kent said you was spitting. They said you was spitting. They said mental. That's it. He said that's the mental holding us back. That's what Kent said. My mama said that TikTok, watching TikTok all night. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Hey, Kent. But I'm gonna tell you something. It's just about the discipline of everything. And once you find the discipline, you could discipline yourself to be like, okay, I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning every single time. But then not to kick yourself when you don't, but don't make it a habit. Cause like it's like doing a setback and then thinking like, oh well, I done fucked up already. Might as well keep on fucking up. And that ain't it. And that's already self-sabotage. You already boom, right back at the front door. What you doing?
But when you say,
So, and
I'm
that's the
fucking
backdoor
up
effect.
and I'm going to keep on fucking up, that's the lowest part of you saying, you know, something, I'm already in the mud. Fuck it. Let me just stay in the mud. Let me not climb out. Let me not wash myself off.
Yeah,
Let me just stay right where I'm at.
yeah, I agree. But people, I don't know. People don't always see it like that. I know for a fact. I was talking to a lady today, and I was telling her. I had told her. I said, I know how I sabotaged myself back in the past. I wouldn't do nothing. People would be like, "Oh, you sing? Oh, go ahead and sing us a song, girl. I'm not singing for you. The fuck? I'm not doing anything." But if you wanna, what they say, if you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, You gotta wake up and pay attention. And y'all and you really do. You gotta see what you're doing. You gotta see how you sabotaging yourself. You gotta see what ways you're supposed to be trying to correct yourself, and you gotta actually put the effort forth to correct yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't ever do it, then that's what I said. What I had told these other, I think it was Courtney and Nunu the last time, and I told them that when we start building our plans, and once we fail, then we start preparing to fail every single time we about to launch. So you only prepare for the fail. And I asked them, I said, when do you prepare to succeed?
Mm-hmm.
And if she keep doing the same thing over and over again, she ain't gonna never be where she want to be, because you let one little thing keep you down.
You gotta learn how to level up.
If Shaquille O'Neal would have just been like, "Oh, I'm dumb. My feet too big. I'm clumsy," he might not be this. He's sponsored by every fucking thing, I guess. I don't know. That man everywhere. I don't know. But I'm just saying, you gotta dream big. Stop hanging with people who think your dream's too big. Like, that's what it is. They small-minded. They gonna always pull you down. There go that crab in the barrel mentality. I'm gonna push your dream. I don't care how big that motherfucker is. We gonna get some jet fuel and we gonna get it up out this atmosphere. Okay, so woo. Have y'all ever seen somebody that
Can I say one thing? Just this last thing. If I got a dream and it comes true, but no one likes it but me, can I still be happy with my dream?
I would.
Yes. Why not?
Okay. Because a lot of us dream stuff and it depends on other people.
Nah, it don't. Don't nothing depend on nobody
Think
else.
about it.
Your dream,
No, I'm just saying, no, the success of it depends on other people. If I want to do music and I get to the point where I write music or do music and have songs, and the only person I play it to is myself, haven't I actually succeeded in my dream of writing music? Even if no one else wants to
you
hear
put
it.
it out there. If it's out there,
Even
it's
if I
out
don't
there.
ever
Even if they don't
even
want
if I
it.
never put it out there. If it's just for me.
That's
If it's
good
just
enough
for
for
you,
you.
it's for you.
It's for you.
If it's good
That's a
enough
you
for you,
thing.
that's for you.
But when we make things and create things, isn't it really created for us?
Other people shouldn't validate your happiness.
That's all I'm saying right
Yeah.
there.
And
That's
see,
all I'm saying.
and
If you did
just
something,
said that.
China, and you loved it and it makes you feel good making clothes or whatever, and you may not have got real big, a lot of business, but you got enough people to be like, yo, make me that again and design that. Da, 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 da. You ain't famous, but you're still liking what you do. There shouldn't be a problem with that. That shouldn't be failure to me.
Right. That
That's
is not
not.
failure. That's something I like to do. I'm happy with whoever I'm doing it for, and
Right.
it's making me happy.
But the thing is that we come in with what Nunu said. She has an expectation of what she wanted something to look like. So I know I have a standard of what I want, of what I know I want. But then I'm not afraid of the low standard. I'm not afraid of having a low standard.
Where Nunu went wrong is if her expectation didn't exceed her expectations, she flops, she stops. How are you going to reach your expectations because the first time you tried to make it work didn't work? You have to keep pushing through to get what you want at the end of the day.
Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly.
Facts.
But that's just how people are. You can't you can't make a person like you. I can't make a person like me. We could talk and you could lead by example and maybe they'll catch on.
I like what Kent just said right here.
Yeah. Set the standard and leave the expectation at the door. So and that's really how I feel. I don't have bad experiences. I let them be what they are. It was what it was.
And
So
then you
what's
have
the
to start
difference
somewhere.
between the standard and the expectation?
I was finna ask the same thing because in reality, for me, they're the same thing. And I hold myself to an expectation. As long as I always hold myself to an expectation, I won't let myself down because I'll keep striving for that expectation. I'll keep pushing.
Okay. Okay, so a standard is that's something that's set. This
It's
is
like
a
a
set.
goal.
Yeah, this is set. This is what I
But
have for myself.
but so
An
is my expectation though.
expectation is something that you expect from
I expect
somebody
to
else.
be rich in
No,
2024.
Your
no, no,
expectation,
no. I have expectations for myself. I don't have it for others. I have it for just myself. And my
Exactly.
expectation
That's
and my
what we
standard
saying.
are the same thing. They're the same thing for myself. I
but
hold
now
myself to a certain standard.
if you put your standard onto somebody else, now we're looking at an expectation.
No, I don't care about nobody else. I care about my expectation and my standard for
That's
myself.
what we're saying.
I'm gonna hold
We're
myself.
saying
I'm gonna hold myself to the same standard, the same expectation. What mental asked was, what's the difference? I don't think it's a difference between a standard and
Ken says
expectation.
standards are the values you have and hold for something. Expectations are what we think should happen.
Mm,
Thank you, Ken.
hit or miss.
That
No,
sounds
that's
about
really
right.
what it is.
no. It's
Because
that's exactly.
for you to have standards, that means you have the ability to do. You have something to stand on. So it's your standard. You can do this. Your
Right.
expectations may be to way outdo your standards because you're expecting or you want to get somewhere, you want to get something. So you have expectations that are beyond what you can do right now, meaning what your standards are. That's the way I look at it. But an expectation would be something bigger than just the normal standard. Clean, going, brushing your teeth, getting up in the morning, going, washing your clothes, things of that, and it's standards that all of us have that we don't even think about.
So it's pretty much just
But you
basics
Right.
then,
thinking
in
you
that
gotta
sense.
have a supersonic toothbrush to brush your teeth every morning, but you don't.
Not a supersonic,
A supersonic.
A supersonic
not a regular.
toothbrush.
We want a supersonic, all
You want
right?
a supersonic. But you just gotta understand that standards is understanding where you are. And an expectation can sometimes exceed where
Where you
you
wanna
are.
be.
You got if you have a
It should
standard and
exceed where you are.
your expectation is going to exceed where you are.
Right. That's what I'm
But your
saying. It should always
standard,
exceed.
but I'm saying if you're working on it, the standard is always going to you're going to always raise your standard because you're going to have better quality experiences, and that's what's going to raise the standard. If you've been shitting in the forest all your life and you finally use the toilet, you have a higher standard of something because all you knew was, oh, the forest, this is where I've been shitting it. But then somebody said, here's the toilet. Sit on this. Take your shit.
These metaphors are wild.
They're not the best metaphors in the world, but hey, it would be because in the forest would be your standard. My standard is I go to the forest and be like, no, let me give you a higher expectation. You don't got to shit in the forest no more. You can sit in these places where it's meant for that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then you start thinking about an expectation of I've always shitted in the forest, but now I know there's something better. Instead of being in an outhouse, going inside and in your own having a toilet in your own house.
Every time
Those
every time your expectations changes, so does your standard.
it should when you achieve it.
So like I said, to me,
When
it's
you achieve it.
that's why to me it's no difference because every time my expectation
It's like
changes,
a
so does my
goal.
standard.
But that's the whole point. Your standard is here. You reach an expectation, your standards jump and your expectations jump. So they're never at the same time at the same point. Never.
Never.
One is always ahead of the other. Your expectation is always ahead of your standard. It should be. Let me say that.
That's like I want to okay, I want to lose 10 pounds, but damn, I lost 15 this month. I set my standard at losing 10, but I want to lose more. So I lost 15. I expect to lose more, but I only lost 10. That's the standard. I met my standard. I met my goal.
Or you could even say it the other way. Your standard, you set an expectation at 10, You lost 8. 8 becomes your standard. 10 is your
Yeah.
expectation. But now that you lost 8, you said, you know something, I'm going to push my expectation to 15. Then you lose 12. Now your standard goes up. Or it's you see what I'm saying? So, but the expectation should always be that next level. Okay, I done lost 10, now I need to lose 2 more or whatever. What do
Ken
you think,
said
Jay?
the definition of explanation is a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the future.
Wait, what? I didn't hear that.
Say it again.
The definition of expectation is a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the future.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Always in the future, never in the now.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I've self sabotaged in a lot of ways. It was something that I consistently played in. Even starting this podcast, I failed before I had started. Don't nobody want to listen to what I gotta say. Don't nobody want to hear this. What you mean? I had a lot of conversations with Jarrell about this. They don't want
Man,
to hear me. But I mean, I had to jump over the hurdle because it's not about them. It was about me. If I
podcast
don't
and
push it,
poetry.
yeah, everything. So I say it a million and one times. You gotta push yourself. You gotta get some discipline about yourself
Mm-hmm.
and put that out there. You keep walking. What's the I'm asked mental. I asked you this, didn't you? We talked about this. What is it when you know your worth but don't enforce it?
Oh, I can't remember what we said either. I think I said something like weak willpower or something like that when you're letting that animal self control you, but there's an actual word for it. Mm.
I call it self sabotage. And yes, Mental is on Facebook and he has a group overstanding darkness. And he said he got to follow you. So, yes, definitely make sure you connect with him. But yes, I call it self sabotage. China, what you think it is?
Can you repeat the question?
What is it when you know your worth but don't enforce it?
Oh my God, we're going back
Let's
there.
go back there.
Oh, um, see, me and Desiree disagree on this topic. Didn't we disagree?
I don't know what you call it, girl. Tell me so we could
Um,
disagree again because I don't remember.
um, when you know your worth but don't enforce it,
Mhm.
I think that's self sabotage as well. Honestly.
Jay, what you think it is? Oh, was you gonna say something else? Hold on. I'm
However,
sorry, Jay. Hold on.
I also said it depends on the situation because I can
Yes.
know my worth, but
Mm-hmm.
because I'm married or I'm in a situation or in a relationship, I have to compromise with that.
But is that knowing your worth?
Hold
Mm.
on. Is that a standard that I'm lowering, or is that my worth that I'm lowering?
That's
We're
that's
talking.
you. That's
Go
you
ahead.
allow. That's you dealing with something. That's just you. Pretty much. That's in a sense self sabotage. Like you
So when
just
you in a
allowing
marriage,
this to happen.
you in a
But you
marriage, you have
still
to
have your worth.
Um,
You still have
You
your
have
own
that worth.
self identity, and you have
I'm
a
not gonna.
standard of who you are. But go ahead, Jay.
I'm not gonna marry anybody who I can't live up to their
Wait. What if
expectations
you
in a
already
sense.
married? What if
You
you
said
already
what?
married and some? What if you already married and something come up? People
Oh no, I'm
change
sorry.
all the time.
I 100%
People
agree with that.
change
But
all the time.
you right. But I'm sorry. But for you to change to begin with, it was some signs before that I didn't pay attention to. So that's on me at that point. Ain't no such thing as you gonna change randomly. No, there were signs before. I just didn't pay attention because I didn't care to. But I'm not gonna jump in a marriage and there's already signs. No bueno. I can't do it with that. That's too much work, too much time, too much money. I ain't got none of them. What to tell you?
I say if the person knows you well enough and they know what your standards are, or they know what you're worth, they not gonna try you anyway. If they do, they telling you ain't worth what you think you worth.
In a relationship,
Speak.
in a
I'm just
relationship,
being real.
a lot of people feel like you got to communicate about everything. In reality, you don't. And I hate to say it, but it's true.
You don't.
And I say that because it's right here. All you gotta do is pay attention to the other person, and they're gonna tell you and show you everything you need to know. Just pay attention.
That's true.
That's
That's
it.
true.
So for me to have to lower my standards or my expectations or lower anything that somebody I'm with,
Anything.
what's the point?
I got the wrong woman.
Interesting.
Very
Because
interesting.
if I'm
So
gonna put out what
interesting.
I'm gonna put out what I'm gonna put out, then if I'm
What did you say?
if I'm gonna put out what I'm gonna put out, it's because I'm choosing to put it out. You may or may not put it out, but if I see you not putting it out and you don't care to, I'm staying for what? I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? I love you, but
But what if that's not the other person's expectation? Then we have to compromise. Because if I don't like what you expect or what you putting out or what you whatever, that means I'm lowering my standards to what you want.
And you already sabotaging yourself.
yes.
Wait a minute. But we in a relationship. If you
We in a
don't like it
relationship.
and I don't like it, then we're gonna have to compromise or we're gonna have to go our separate ways.
At that point, you communicate, try to figure something out, but I'm not gonna self-sabotage.
So
I'm
is
not
that
gonna just deal with
compromising or
something.
is that lowering your standards?
That's
I
honestly,
don't think you have to lower your
Well, see,
standards.
once again, I think we're confused on what we're talking about. I'm not lowering my standards. I'm not going to stop being who I am. Either you're going to be with who I am or you're not. There is no lowering of standards. There is no compromise. I'm not lowering who I am or what I am for anyone.
Okay.
Let me
Done.
ask you this right.
Hold on.
Let me ask you this right here.
That's done.
Let's say this, because y'all done woke up the devil. So let
Come
me
on.
say this.
The devil finna get shut down. Go
Right.
ahead,
The devil, my brother. Come on.
So what if we
No, I'm just-
so what if we are already in a relationship and we both Christians? But I decided I no longer want to be a Christian. I decided I want to go Muslim. Do I? Because that's not who I am. That's my belief. That's my standard. That's who I am. I know what I'm not going to deal with. I'm just going to pop smoke.
What's the
Or-
question?
Or do I stay in this because I know who I am? I know what I'm willing and won't deal with, and that's not what I want to deal with. But because I love this person, should I stay in this because we're already married, we're already here, this, that, and the other? But
What does you changing religion? What does you changing your religion have to do with why you have to break up with this person?
It actually has
Because
to do
if
a lot sometimes. A lot of people are very religious.
Exactly.
A lot of people are very religious. You know,
My dad was Christian. My mom was Baptist. They got it together. So no, I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying, why would anything, if you love each other and a person made a decision on how they're going to live their life that did not hurt you, that did not make any detriment to you, didn't change who you or what you going to do.
Different beliefs. That's not
And
going to work. That ain't going to work for me.
No man or woman practices the same. Not even two Christians think Christian alike. So what are we talking about?
But we serving the same God.
Are you? Are you? Right. You see what I'm saying? Are you? You gotta, the KKK, they Christian, the outright, they Christian. You got a lot of people that will use religion. Just like we want to use religion for peace, you got people that use religion for war. Kill the Gentiles. They don't go by our religion, kill them. There's a lot of killing in the Bible. God does an awful lot of killing in the Bible. Way more than the devil. In fact, the devil doesn't do any killing but what God said he could with Job family. Not Job. I can't remember the family he tested, but that was
That
it.
was Job.
God did all the
That was
rest of the
Job.
killing. So when you
That was
start
the Old
reading things literally
We're the New
for what they
Testament. We were
say,
talking about the Old Testament.
oh,
We
go
wasn't
ahead.
going
Hold on, I
to the
can't hear you.
New
Go ahead.
Testament. I said you
Say
talking
it
about
again.
the Old Testament, and that was Job. That was Job you was talking about.
Okay, so right. So people get it all twisted when even when they talk about the devil. What did the devil do in the Bible? That he is blamed for everything we do from here on out. What did he do that why he is blamed for everything?
The devil is he destroys. He comes to kill, steal, and destroy.
The devil
Period.
is
Says who?
temptation. We found
Says
that out in the
who?
Garden of Eden. He
Says
is only
who?
temptation.
What you mean,
Says
Satan?
who?
The
Where do
devil
you
is
get that the
temptation.
devil comes to destroy? In the Bible, when it talks
Kill,
about
steal,
even when it talks about how Jesus got with the devil, what did he say? He said, Satan, get behind me. He didn't kill the devil. He didn't destroy the devil. He knew that the devil was a part of him, yin and yang, the opposite side. One is a destructive force, one is a healing force. But it's not, both of us are in us. The devil, the Leviathan, 666, 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. That's the makeup of carbon, the darkness of your skin. Okay, so whenever they talking about the devil, they talking about us. Every time you damn the devil, say Satan, you talking about yourself. All they did was conquer. Listen, all they did was conquer our religion of Egyptology, of symbols, took our symbols, flipped them around, and made it evil to be to do magic, made it evil to do the be in the crystals, evil to do ancestor worship when they do it. You look at your dollar bill. Who is that of? That ain't a black man on there. Every bill, that's ancestor worship. Every coin, every time you see their face, that's ancestor worship. But we don't do it because some religion that was given to us by the folk that had us enslaved, we gave everything else back, but we kept their religion. Come on, man. It don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. But because our grandparents did it, our mamas do it, our sisters do it, our brothers do it, it's 95% of society is a Christian or a Catholic or one of these religions that you have to do it because you're indoctrinated in it. It takes a strong mind to break away from this bullshit. The only God you need is inside of you. And that's Allah, that's Buddha, that's everything. The black woman is the most powerful person on the planet. That's the reason they keep you down. So when we get real about things, everything you think is really the opposite. That's why they took out the woman aspect in Christianity. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. What about the mom? Every man, woman on earth, child on earth that came down here came through the womb of a woman. That's power. So don't ever, when you got to talk about religions, all of them try to subjugate the woman for make them think they're weak and frail. Y'all the most powerful thing going on, and they don't want you to know it.
I'm Catholic, so I don't count.
Right? At least Catholic got the Holy Mother.
What?
Definitely.
Our mother of God, pray for our sinners down at the hour. I used to hear it because they used to play it on the radio every Sunday. At least they got the Holy Mother. Something representing the woman.
We got
way off subject. But
No, I
this
feel
is the
like it
core
all
of it.
come right back around to it. But I would say that it all come right back around to it because without knowledge, without history, that's why you keep self-sabotaging. So when you're not aware of yourself, when you're not aware of what's been happening to you, when you're not aware of how you've been conditioned, you self-sabotage unintentionally.
You repeat the
Yes,
cycle.
you might not be aware. Exactly. So we can incorporate everything because everything is connected. I'ma forever say that. So I thank y'all for tuning in. We done hit the hour mark. I appreciate it so much. Okay, I'm always bringing it back around because I believe in interconnectedness. Everything is connected. Hey, Jazz, Thank you so much for hopping on. I appreciate y'all guys so much for the comments. Y'all want to leave us with a few last words real quick? China? Go ahead. They done shut down on your religion. They done got you.
No.
Well,
You can't
I ain't
shut down
shut
on my
down
religion.
nobody. Don't say that.
She said you can't. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel how I want to feel regardless, because I know who
Because don't nothing matter.
Because
My art is my art.
Period.
Ain't nothing more
You can say
powerful
what you want
than a black woman.
Period. But anyway, I mean, I'm just glad to be here again. This is probably like my fifth or sixth one. I don't know. But I actually do learn a lot from Mr. Mental right there. And I'm gonna look into what you said though. I'm gonna come back.
Check it out.
I'm gonna come back to your ass next week.
I'm a helper. Don't worry.
You'd be surprised when it wasn't before the Europeans. It wasn't a patriarchal society. It was a matriarch. Y'all women used to have 7 guys.
Okay,
no
that's
one wants
too much.
to talk about them times.
It's going too far. Jay, well, you got some
we going too far. Yeah.
Jay, you got some last words. We gonna get her started off some shit.
The truth is stranger than fiction, dear. Believe it. Everything is switched up and backwards. My bad, Jay. Go ahead.
He done cut out. Can't see him no more. Well, he cut out. I don't know where he went.
No, here he is. He back.
Oh. Now we can't hear
Can't hear you.
It's always one thing or another.
Okay.
If he goes out and go out and come back in, and yet we'll be able to hear you if he can hear me. Yeah, he heard me. He gonna go out and come back in.
I heard you. Yeah. Look at us. Oh, shaking up a stone. Shake it like a salt shaker. All right, this commercial is brought to you by
Mental. Use your mind all the time.
Absolutely.
The mind is a dangerous thing.
I was just saying self-sabotage is just fear. Just try stuff.
That's it.
A lot of people don't try stuff, and then when they do try stuff, they fail or whatnot. They want to quit. Be accountable. That's all. Like, insanity is a problem. Insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Try other stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
Nunu, did you want to have some last words?
I'm sorry, y'all. I just had a very long phone call. I agree. Like what the last part of what I just heard you say, Jay, like insanity is definitely doing the same thing, expecting different results. I know I just had to get out of a circle like that, similar to that just recently. And yeah, definitely if you continue to do the same thing, expecting different results, that definitely make you crazy, because what make you think doing the same thing again is going to get you the results that you're looking for. And I think that's what a lot of people get hung up on. I know that's what I had got hung up on. Like, okay, well, maybe if I go in, not through the front door, but through the crack, maybe it'll, go a little different for me this time. And that's insanity.
Especially with relationships, China. Because you can in one relationship you may compromise.
Hard as hell.
You may compromise and deal with this or settle for this in this relationship. And then you go to the next relationship and do the same thing.
I saying that jab. Let me shut up. I just get back on.
I just want to say before I leave.
I don't settle. I was just stating a statement.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not saying you settle. I'm saying there is no need to settle in one relationship.
I was
I'm just saying it's no need to compromise with anything, because if you're gonna compromise with this dude, 2 years later, you might compromise with the next guy on a different subject. That's still insanity. You still compromising. Nothing's gonna change because you're still compromising.
No, it's no need in that. I disagree with that. You can compromise for the greater good.
What are you compromising
for the greater good?
What are you compromising?
Things that are gonna make you better. I'm with you, China. Things that are gonna make her better, she can compromise for.
You can't compromise your happiness.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things people compromise, their happiness
We
for the
not
next
talking
person.
about that.
Just to
But that's what we
coexist.
was talking about. We said
I'm not compromising for the
we
sake
talking
of my
about
happiness.
compromising worth, compromising shit like that. We not talking about nothing.
I'm not gonna lower anything of my self-value at all.
As you
For not
shouldn't.
no motherfucker. I'm just gonna
As you shouldn't.
But however, I do believe that, yeah, right, what you said. But I do believe that you can compromise without lowering who you are.
Compromise
Absolutely.
on what though?
Yeah.
It depends on what the
If it's
situation is.
making you better.
It's plenty of stuff out here you can compromise on.
Look,
Better.
anything.
If it's gonna make me more money, I'm gonna compromise with it.
No,
Period.
that's not always the best
No,
thing.
that's not what we're talking
No,
about.
you're wrong. You agreeing for me?
No, listen. If you wanted to lose weight and you wanted to lose, forget it.
No, I agree with what you're saying. If you want to lose weight, I'm gonna compromise how I eat to get to where I need to be to make a better, healthier version of China.
And your man could be like, you know something, I'm gonna cook things for you that help you out. Now you ain't gonna get the meat you used to eat, so you gonna have to compromise. You ain't gonna get this fried food, you gonna have to compromise. You see what I'm saying? But he's helping you. So yes, that's a compromise for the positive. Then we're always good. But when he's telling you no, you know, know what you can't do or what you know, then that's more of a order. So a compromise is always should be in your best interest. But let me just say this,
Exactly.
mental.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh. Go ahead.
No, we waiting.
There's a delay. Uh-oh. You hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, there was a delay. So you were talking. I told you to keep going. Miss China.
It's still a delay?
There must be. They can't hear me. Can you hear me?
Oh. What
She
was I
wasn't
saying?
talking. No, she was just saying okay. Yeah, we can hear
10
you.
for
We was just
10 for.
saying okay.
Oh, so I just want to say thank you, everyone. Mental and like you say, AKA build and destroy. I build that what is worthy, that helps people, that radiates the love that we need to help go. And I destroy that ignorance and nonsense that sometimes keeps us trapped in self-pity. So build and destroy. The number is 8, the infinite symbol. Be blessed.
Okay, love, peace, and grease, period.
All right,
Well, y'all have a good night. We'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.
And the Chiefs gonna win tonight.
They better win.
No, they didn't.
All right, y'all.
Oh, you going for the Chiefs too?
Yeah, I am.